Hi, this is Dean Odell with 7 Gables Real Estate and the Odell Group, and thank you for tuning in for another episode of Tustin Talks. Today is May 7th. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy. We are 7 weeks into this pandemic, and I want to talk about what's going on in the Orange County market. I think you guys are going to be quite surprised, and let us tell you how we've been getting homes sold in this market. So let's start with the first chart. Okay, so looking at the Orange County listing inventory year over year, we have some good news. We finally have inventory going up. Sellers are starting to learn that we have ways to cope with this and to show their homes, and people want to get moving and doing what they had planned. So we are up 281 homes, or 6% right now, from just the last report here on Tustin Talks. Currently, there's 4,625 homes. That is the biggest increase we've seen in inventory this entire year. Thank goodness, because we need it. Although this level of inventory is still the lowest level we've had since 2013 for this time of year. And you can see the other colored lines in the charts and how that corresponds to those years and what the inventory levels were then. Based on a 5-year average, we still have 54% less homes on the market than we normally do for this time of year. So we are still in an inventory crunch. Moving ahead to Orange County demand year over year. Now this is how demand increases in 30-day increments, and demand meaning pendings or escrows. And so if we look, the good news is that we are up 9% since the last Tustin Talks. It was 1,080 before, now it is 1,172. So that's almost a 9% increase in less than 30 days. So that's good news. Now moving ahead to the pending charts. Now this is where we get our year over year comparison. How many escrows this year versus last year are in escrow? Well, we are down almost 50%. There's roughly 1,800 homes in escrow right now and 3,600 this time last year. So we're at about 50%. But if you look at our inventory levels being down 54%, that explains a lot on top of this COVID-19. In other words, it's not just COVID-19 that is stifling demand. It's the fact that there are not homes for us to sell. So we'll talk more about that later. Sorry to interrupt this program, but you know what? Let's make sure you're subscribed to Tustin Talks. Click on the button below next to our name, and if that doesn't work for any reason, you can just go to TustinTalks.com or our websites, the Odell Group and NorthTustin.com, and subscribe there. So let's continue. Looking again at the total expected marketing time, it shows that we plateaued at 121 days. We have now started to drop back the last 2 weeks, and we're down to 118 days, so we're headed in the right direction. If you compare this with the 2019 marketing time, you can see that we were just above 80 days last year at this time, and in prior years we've even been lower, somewhere under 60 days. So the time that it takes to get a home sold is starting to decrease again, and let me show you how that looks on a pricing chart for demand. Looking at my favorite chart here, it's interesting. By price range, you can see that the first two price ranges, which are basically $0 to $1 million, the marketing time, expected marketing time, is getting closer to the 90 days. It's still a slight seller's market in those price ranges, but you can see how it's moving towards that light red color. And then if you look at the rest of the price points, the 1 million to 4 million, you can see that right now they're all in a deep red, which means it's a buyer's market. But I really have to challenge that, because the reality of what's going on in the marketplace is completely different. A lot of this red is caused by old inventory that's been on the market for months and months and months, and which I classify as unsellable inventory. It's either overpriced or it's undesirable for some reason, but the demand is definitely there, and I'll explain that in a little bit as well. Looking at Orange County closed sales, you can see we're up about 5% over the last 30 days, so that's good news. We're starting to close more, and you have to figure that most of those homes that closed escrow, they were all in escrow the prior 7 weeks during the COVID-19. So to have an increase in closed sales during that time frame is actually pretty impressive. So the last chart I want to show you is an interest rate chart. For both buyers and sellers, it's good to understand this. We want to show you versus, say, November of 2018, right before 2019 started. That was when interest rates hit almost 5%. And you can see the different mortgage levels of $500,000, $700,000, and $1 million, and what the payments were at 5%. Now compare those to the annual saving at today's current rates. It is significant money that people are saving. I mean, on $1 million loan, for example, I mean, people are saving $12,000 a year in payment now at today's current rates. You do that over a 5-year period, you know, that's $61,000. The average people are staying in their houses 20 years. So, I mean, you multiply that by 20 years, that's a big, big number, right? It's almost $250,000 that somebody would save on $1 million mortgage in today's market from where it was in November of 2018. So that is really helping too to keep the market going. Rates, you know, being close to 3.25 right now are excellent. So now I'm going to give you my advice. Okay, so to wrap this up, it's advice for buyers and advice for sellers. I normally start with buyers, but I'm going to start with sellers today because it is so important, sellers, that I talk to you guys right now, okay? And the reason I need to talk to you is because all of us are learning to cope with the COVID-19 challenges of doing business, and real estate, as we've talked about in the past, is determined an essential business. You have to determine whether it's essential for you, obviously, and we want you to stay safe and healthy. But I cannot stress how low inventory is relative to demand. I don't even think these charts actually depict it properly because it's not depicting foot traffic. It's not depicting showings, which, by the way, that's a whole nother chart I could show you how much showings have come up in the last 2 weeks. There is a lot of demand. This is the time of year that people are used to moving and making offers, and they are very frustrated, very challenged, and a lot of these buyers have felt the need to go out and shop for a home. And I have seen tremendous momentum in the last 2 weeks. I mean, we are seeing multiple offers again on our listings. When we're representing buyers, we're getting into multiple offer situations. There simply is not enough homes for the amount of demand out there. I can't say it any more clear than that. So if you're waiting because you think the market's bad, you're dead wrong. Market is not bad at all. Market is great. Give us a call and we can help get you on the road and out of your house. So that's my advice to sellers. Stop waiting, start calling. Now, if you're sensitive to COVID, we get it, but we can at least start planning, because you know what? By the time I talk to you the next time, or maybe the time after that, hopefully all businesses are back and working and everything is operating closer to normal. So anyway, that's my advice for you sellers. Okay, buyers, oh my gosh. Some of you figured out that you just had a great little time in the market there to capitalize on things that were on the market with very little competition. The problem is now is the competition is coming. Hopefully we're going to see more inventory for you guys. In the meantime, you need to be associated with a good agent that can help you get these homes. People that have reputations in the area that you're buying, have connections with the other agents so that those agents feel comfortable you're going to close your escrows. That's how we are in our area. We can help you out a lot. I would suggest, if you do have an agent other than us, that you make sure you get pre-approved for your loan, okay? I mean pre-approved, because now with multiple offer situations, the sellers are gonna pick the strongest buyer, and that's it. So that's my advice for you buyers. Keep looking, keep hoping. Hopefully we get more inventory. We're trying to get you some more new inventory for you guys. So hang in there, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. That's it for today's Tustin Talks. You guys can leave a comment below if you'd like. We love answering questions for you guys and engaging with you. And please tune in 2 weeks. See you then. Bye-bye. The Odell Group's been around for nearly 40 years. We are ranked number 9 in transactions closed, and we can give you the right advice to help you make good decisions. So please click on our subscribe button here and start watching the videos, and let us know if there's anything we do to help you.